it reminded me a lot of the Lincoln United game actually on Boxing Day, where I thought the game was pretty even. I thought all game they nicked the goal, and then obviously the red card changes the game in a way that we get all the possession for the last half an hour, and I feel that we really should be scoring. We've got to be taking advantage of that. We didn't create a great deal. The ball's got in the box a hell of a lot, shots from distance a lot, without really creating any real clear-cut chances. And I think, we've got to be a little bit braver in possession of the ball. I think sometimes players think when you refer to being brave, you think, you want people flying into tackles and whatnot, but you need people, or your better players, getting on the ball in tight spots and creating things for you. I thought they deserved the points. They defended very well, especially when they went down to 10. Like I say, I don't think there was a lot in the game, but we've not made the amount of the ball we had in the second half count, which is frustrating. But sometimes that's how it is.
And the sending off, what was your view on the sending off? Was it worthy of a red card?
I thought the referee got one right and one wrong, because I thought that the red card that he sent their kid off was a red card. I also thought that Sam Jones' tackle on their right winger, whoever it was, I'm not sure, I thought that was probably a red card as well. And they were rightly aggrieved with it. It's obviously helped us, really. I thought we were lucky to get away with the red card, and it's helped us, and it's basically turned the game into attack versus defence, and it's those sorts of periods where we've got to go and make more with the ball that we had. And we didn't today, which is really frustrating. Towards the end, we've got a load of attacking players on the pitch, and again, we've still not created a real, clear-cut chance where you're sort of saying, how's he missed? So yeah, it reminds me a little bit of how we were maybe a few weeks ago, when we struggled to put the ball in the net. Although I must admit, we were, I do think we were much better on the ball today. We were miles off it on Wednesday night. And I thought today I'd turned it around and maybe even won the game 2-1. I don't think it would have been unjust. They'd have probably felt a little bit aggrieved had that happened, but I can't be too disappointed with how they played, especially second half. It's just frustrating that we don't make a bit more of the possession.
Yeah, and after Wednesday night's performance, were you more impressed with how lads responded to it?
In parts, yeah. I mean, I thought the first sort of 2 or 3 minutes of the game before we started brilliant. We had probably 2 or 3 half chances in the first 90 seconds. And they're the sorts of ones that have been going against us. Like Wednesday night, we conceded in the first couple of minutes, and it never really seems to go for us. We had 3 real half chances which could have easily found the net. And then I thought, if I'm being brutally honest, I thought for the next sort of half an hour, they were better than us despite kicking into the wind. I thought they got on top of us. They maybe should have got in a few more times, but they were a little bit silly with the offsides. But then we did pick it up for the last 10-15 minutes of the first half. I thought we got on top. I had another couple of half chances, really, a couple of efforts from range, and I thought probably the 0-0 scoreline at half time was fair. But yeah, moving into the second half, I don't want to say we're the better side, because that's not just them, because they defended really well and they played the conditions of the game really well. They were obviously penned in, the wind died down, which helped us. But like I say, it's just frustrating that we don't create anything, real clear cut to go and get a point or get 3.
And Sennett Nielsen made his debut today. How did you think he played?
Yeah, I thought he did really well actually first half. He's a lad that's been with our under-21s, doing really well with the under-21s. Been playing at Ollerton to get some senior minutes, and I felt like really we needed to go with an extra man in midfield. On Wednesday night we looked really tired. Pembo and Brownie I thought looked really tired on Wednesday night. Brownie's 20-year-old, Pembo 24, 25. They played a lot of games in a short period of time. I actually think really, a squad challenging towards the top 3 or 4 in the league would have probably mixed the team up a little bit on Wednesday night, to rotate a little bit, because the Belper game took an awful lot out of us, real sort of 95-minute job where they've dug in big time to get the win, and they felt it. So I felt we needed to go with an extra man in the middle of midfield, and obviously we don't really have anybody available naturally as such to go slot in there, so why not throw him in? Handled himself really well, he got on the ball, he was brave getting on the ball, actually tried to get a few shots off in the first half. So there are going to be little chances materialising for the young lads, with obviously us being as light as we are. I mean, bad. Jinky's struggling, he's got a couple of nerve problems in his neck. Vank and Mitch, obviously senior player, suspended. Maka was touch and go until the fitness test before the game. Steve Woolley is not getting any younger. He was struggling before the game, but they both agreed to help him out. So we are bare bones, you know, but that's how it's going to be till the end of the season. And the boys are making everybody proud, you know, because they're putting the effort in. You know, we can't ask any more on the effort front. And yeah, that's obviously what we're going to need.
And obviously, with everything that's gone off the field, the announcement before the game, the 23,000 that we've raised, how amazing is that from the fans?
Yeah, well, like I touched on Wednesday night, you know, it happens too often here. It's, you know, with Pete obviously committing to take the club over, if they can reach that 30 grand, it's a real light at the end of the tunnel for the people that, you know, whose lives that it is, you know, it's been part of my life, I've been here a long time. And it's a huge part of other people's lives, and it is some of these supporters' lives, you know. And they won't let it die, they never do. It's a shame that it keeps becoming their responsibility to have to do it, but they do it every time, and they never let the players down, they never let the club down, they never let themselves down. So yeah, it's amazing news, and obviously there's a lot of people chipped in. I've seen the guy over in Norway, unbelievable, you know, from a Norwegian, the Neighbour Tigers as well, unbelievable, you know. The people that are digging in for us, young Oliver the other night, unbelievable achievement. So yeah, it is amazing, and I really hope they can bat on and get it over the next week or so, which I'm sure they will, because they never let us down.
And next weekend we've got Stamford, difficult away game. What are your expectations and your preparation for the game?
Yeah, well, yeah, hugely difficult. I mean, the league table never lies. They're right up there. They were very impressive. They beat us with 10 men here. Early on when I took the job on, they're very good. It'll be very tough, but I do feel a little bit more confident when we go into away games. I don't know why that is. That's been the case even last year, you know, when we were winning every week, we were a lot more convincing away from home. So yeah, the boys will be looking forward to it. Like I say, there's no pressure on the boys at all, given the off-field issues. The only pressure on them, you know, is the pressure that they apply to themselves, really, to go and perform. So yeah, they'll be ready for next week. I'm pleased that we've not got a midweeker, because we really need the recovery time. I think that's us done actually with midweekers now to the end of the season. So yeah, we'll look forward to it as we do every week, and hopefully, you know, our luck might turn around.
Yeah, just to add on to the end, the 6-week break between tonight's game and the next home game, the four away games on the trot. Do you think, like you've touched on with the away form, does that help or hinder our chances, really?
Well, yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm just looking at it sort of statistically, really, in that we do seem to get better results away from home. I don't think there's a great deal more to it than that. I don't know why it is. It's a strange one. But yeah, like I say, it is how it is. You know, that we've got Stamford next week and then Sheffield FC the week after. A local derby. Obviously, we owe them one from a few weeks ago. Good local ground. So, answer, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. So, we'll see how it all pans out.